Alright, what's up, guys? It is a brand new episode of Walk With Me. Of course, I'm your boy Cyrex, as evidenced by the hat. So far, still one of a kind. And I am walking toward what was the total solar eclipse. So, basically, I'm just going to take this episode to talk about eclipses. So, difference between a solar and lunar eclipse, aside from the fact that they both take place during their respective times of day. Solar eclipse means that the moon has come entirely between the earth and the sun, and being that the moon is, immeasurably close. Well, no, it's measurable, but it's hella closer basically. It's much closer to us than the sun. So of course, it's possible, we see them in the night sky. They look the same size. It's because the sun's so much bigger, the moon's so much closer. Then one of them private buses. Then we also have a lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipse means that the Earth has come entirely between the moon and the sun. Now, the way that's possible is the fact that the moon needs to reflect light from the sun in order for us to see it at night. Now, if the Earth is blocking all of that light, then it is eclipsing the moon, hence lunar eclipse. What we have seen today is the first total solar eclipse since 1979, at least the one that we get to see. This is also the first total solar eclipse to reach only the United States, no other country, since the founding of the United States, obviously 1776. And there's 4 phases of a solar eclipse, and they're designated with the letter C for Charlie and a number. Now, when C1 is when the moon is beginning to eclipse the sun. C2, we're at total solar eclipse. C3, the moon's basically moving out the way. C4 is entirely cleared up. I believe we should be in C4 by now, because it's feeling hot again. But interesting thing about that also is that a solar eclipse, especially a total solar eclipse, it'll make plants retreat into their buds, like flowers retreat into their buds. And it'll also, oh my goodness, this gecko, hold up, I don't know gecko, but this little lizard is either fake or dead, like a statue. Anyway, I'll check this out. So it'll also make animals retreat into their dens or wherever they live, because it'll fool them into thinking it's nighttime. So that's pretty crazy too. Now, a lot of people are telling me, I wasn't really outside up until the total solar eclipse occurred. I was really keeping up with the feed online, but a lot of people were telling me they were experiencing lesser temperatures and less heat. Now, that's because solar eclipses tend to reduce temperature on average by 10 degrees Fahrenheit. And of course, Fahrenheit's the primary system we're working with. Now, which way do I want to go? Guess I'll go this way, whatever. So that's one of those really cool facts there. That's about all the facts that I remember off the top of my head. One cool one here, or actually one really weird one, is this was a Chinese myth. Basically, they've tried to prove this, but they haven't thoroughly been able to, and that is apparently 2 Chinese scholars. We're talking about like tens of thousands of years ago. They were unable to basically justify and point out why the sun had disappeared. You know, of course, before we started defining solar eclipses, we couldn't really, at least before we started understanding them, you know, we couldn't really fathom their rhyme or reason. So, as a result of being unable to see where the sun had disappeared to, even though I'm sure it was only gone for a short period of time, you know, no more than an hour or so. I mean, a total solar eclipse especially only lasts a few minutes. So, being that they were unable to prove that, they were beheaded. Yeah. It's crazy what a lack of understanding will make you do to somebody. Jeez. But yeah, that's all my facts on solar eclipses. I might come back with another one later tonight, might not. I don't know. But yeah, share this video if you want to know about solar eclipses, or if you want your people to know about solar eclipses. I'm gonna get back inside now before it rains. This is episode 5 of Walk With Me. Thanks a lot.